What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Thursday. The NBA bid is live. Listen, I woke up this morning. I was a little tired, a little under the weather. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then Ballgate, the first Ballgate since me running track in high school. We're back. We're back. We're ready to go. There was just excitement in the air. Draymond's out indefinitely. You got the game ball is out indefinitely. The Wizards, the Pistons, they're mentally out indefinitely. Everybody's out indefinitely. It's good. And that was like the shot that we needed to get going. Espresso in the veins. Who's here this morning? We get Sneeps. Yeah, R.I.P. George McKinnis. It's Happy National Monkey Day, says Snoopaloop. There we go. Boston Base also is suspended indefinitely. 3DH is here. Common Man only got a fine. Keeper's here. Bowdivine's here. Regulator, let's go. Garen, I totally agree. Thursday, that feels like a Friday. Get that Ben Simmons energy at work the rest of the year. Dude, just out with the back. T-Man's here. Let's go. Nick's got his pods and Kaminga ready. Yeah, since the Warriors, man. I don't even know what to start with. You guys want? I'll let you all decide. I'll let you decide in the chat while I go over the business. Do we start with Draymond or do we start with last night's Bucks-Pacers game? Real quick, if you missed Shot Tank last night over on the Team Hold So Rare channel, we just dove into some Underdog. We did a full hour of Underdog fantasy focused on basketball specifically. So if you've ever been thinking about diving into these daily drafts, it was a good explainer that John Boy kind of went over his process. Jeb and TST, who were relatively new to it, they talked about theirs, and then I hosted. So go check that out. That was on our Team Hold So Rare channel. Also on that channel, we'll have a value hunting episode today. And then on our Team Hold Sports channel, we dropped the Draymond video yesterday. So go check those out. And on our channel over here, baby, we're at 10,990, 10 subs away from 11K. Maybe we hit it during the show. Very exciting. So if you've been here for a while, thank you. And if you've been here for a short minute, thank you. Here we go. Weisberg says Draymond's meeting Dr. Melfi. Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to fight everyone. Celtics in the #1 record in the league. Yeah, we are back. Also, Weisberg, I'm realizing right now I didn't respond to your message last night because I didn't see it till this morning, so I apologize. But we'll get you back next week. All right. Okay, nobody in the chat decided what you guys wanted to talk about. I gave you like a full minute. I gave you a full minute breakdown. I'll give you another minute because tomorrow, just a reminder, we'll have the NBA bit here at 9. We'll have on this channel as well, we'll have the Underdog Happy Hour. And then on at 5:30 p.m. over on So Rare, Team Hold So Rare, we'll have Live Before Lock heading into the next game week. All right, we'll start with Draymond. Oh, nope, Weisberg voted. We're starting with the Bucks. Okay, so this was incredible. And you know what kind of sucks about all of this is it overshadows what Giannis did do last night. So real quick, I'm sure everybody's seen the clips already, but real quick, the Bucks win 140-126. What was kind of bizarre and under talked about or under reported, under discussed last night as this was unfolding, the Bucks were up like 15 in the fourth quarter. And they just shut it down. The Pacers just shut it down. They like pulled starters really early. It was kind of bizarre. Anyways, Giannis was having an incredible performance. So his final line ends up being 64 points, 14 boards, 3 assists, and 5 stocks, right? Now, if you want to be a hater like me, 20 of those points came in garbage time. Like the game was wrapped up. They kept him in late so we could just keep piling it on. And you know what? I don't want to hate on that too much because it's like, hey, this is an exciting thing. They beat Michael Redd. Michael Redd, I believe it was 54 points or 56 points was the franchise record. Now, the Pacers even helped Giannis out here a little bit because with about a minute and a half or 2.5 minutes left, Giannis is one or 2 points away from breaking this record, and the Pacers intentionally foul him. They intentionally foul him. So he goes to the line, breaks the record. It's, wow. So right at the game, Common Man let us know he had 40 at the end of the third. And then so right at the end of the game, buzzer goes off. You see the assistant coach, Lloyd Pierce, who I realized last night, I was trying to figure out who was doing work in the Starbucks at the Park MGM every morning. Every morning I'd get up around 6:45, 7 o'clock. I'd go down, I'd get a coffee in the Park MGM. And there was this guy who was over in the corner. And the reason I knew he looked familiar, but he was also talking to Ross, who was also staying at the Park MGM on our first morning there. And I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar. It was Lloyd Pierce. So Lloyd Pierce, the assistant coach of the Indiana Pacers, comes in, sneaks in, grabs the ball, and then they take off. Now, Giannis loses his mind. He gets real upset. Now, I think we should note there were a couple like pretty hard, AKA dirty fouls that happened in that game, right? Giannis gives Hallie a shove at one point. They go back, they hit Giannis, and Thanasis, man. Thanasis was like, it felt like wrestling, right? Like, or he, I mean, I guess he was like, I just saw my brother assaulted. I got to do something. I also was like, what is the move here? What are you going to do? Bobby Portis almost lost his mind in this game. So I think the emotions were already high. Anyways, Giannis just loses it, runs in there, tries to get it back. Then he comes back out, starts yelling at Halliburton and anybody that'll listen that you need to go in there and get that ball. And I like, okay, so the Pacers afterwards, they're like, I'm sorry, I don't know the rookie's name, but there's a rookie on the Pacers who got his first official NBA point because everyone else, they're like, well, it wasn't his first NBA point because he got one in the semifinals. And they were like, well, that game doesn't count. Whatever. Who cares? First NBA point. That's why they went and got the ball. Now, okay. Maybe that is true. But the leaked audio and stuff that came out, it didn't seem like the Pacers are trying to settle Giannis down, being like, hey, man, our rookie just got a basket, right? Because that is something that happens. Like, we put a short out this morning, and a lot of people were in the comments being like, oh, dude, this guy got 64 points. He deserves this. This guy only got 1 point. He should do a better job. And it's like, yeah, they do this in baseball all the time. You get your first base hit. They grab the ball. They throw it out there. Your first home run. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. The dialogue around it, like how Buddy was acting, how Turner was happening, like what he was saying, it just kind of seems like they were fine with what was going down. And I wonder if both are true. Like, I don't know if Lloyd Pierce has that petty dog in him where he was like, I need to steal this ball so Giannis does not get his game ball. But maybe as they saw Giannis freaking out in a tough loss that they faced with tough fouls, it seems like we get a rivalry brewing too. Like a week ago, Halliburton was going Dame time, right? So maybe they just kind of leaned into it. Like both can be true. That they did get the ball for the rookie, and then they're like, oh wow, Giannis is losing his mind. So the other thing that I wanted to say, and I don't know if I don't officially know how I feel about this take. Like I don't think I've completely flushed it out. Giannis, go score 65, bro. Just go break this record. I don't care about this. Dude, you've won the NBA Finals. You've had one of the most iconic championship clinching games in your life. Well, who cares? Unless you're like a diehard collector. Are you a big collector? You future fandom? Let me introduce you to NBA Top Shot. Are you a big collector? That's why you need it? I just kind of like, does this matter? I think when you're this caliber of a player, does this matter? Does this game on December 13th against the Indiana Pacers, where you scored 20 of your 64 in garbage time, does this matter? Giannis. Okay, so now Giannis was that mad because he wanted the ball for Dame, passing 5th all-time in 3-point field goals. Isn't that even more insane? Oh, dude, I need my 5th place game ball. That's millennial energy right there. Everyone dude, how about Dame? Even top 3. Let's get on the podium, bro. If it's for the 3-point game, let's get on the podium. I don't know. I just think, and yeah, Common Man said, remember the ladder incident? The ladder incident I respect a little bit more, though. I'm here for the ladder incident. I just was like, man, this is kind of lame. And it reminds me of another lame superstar right now, and that's Patrick Mahomes. That it feels like, shake hands. This is who we are right now. I'm like, man, I don't know. Is this it? And I think, honestly, if we step away from this, I don't think it matters. I think this was like a statement from the Bucks. They're like, listen, we know there's leaks in our locker room. We know we haven't played defense yet this year, but we are tough. And we're going to go out there. We're going to get a W. We're going to beat the hell out of the team that just played us, and we're not going to take our foot off the gas. We're going to step on their throats and let them know, hey, congrats on the regular season game. We own you. And I think that's what's happening. To me, anyways. To me, that's what went down last night in that game. But listen, maybe the in-season tournament has brought spice to the regular season, and it's like spilling over. We didn't think about that. We didn't think about how maybe people are going to get so fired up in November, December for these games that then we're like creating enemies. We're creating enemies early in the season. We're not even at Christmas and we're yelling it. The Bucks still leaked to Chris Haynes about the Dame 5th place thing too. Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious, dude. The 5th place, that's the most embarrassing thing ever, if that's really what it is. At least if it's a scoring record, it's a record. This is 5th place. How many games does he have? Does Dame have a ball for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th? Like, when did he start collecting them? What a dumb thing. What a dumb thing. Saffron. I second that opinion. Bruin rivalry. Yeah, we're here for it. We're here for it. The leaks for the Bucks have been loud. I know. Yeah, it's all Dame. It is all Dame that's leaking that stuff. Anyways, I don't know. The Bucks are turning into Thanos a little bit, where they're just like they're turned into the. Maybe that's actually not the case, and no one actually believes that. But it's just me being a Celtics fan. That really, I should probably acknowledge my bias in all of this. Flolian, no, I have no idea about that. It's so rare stuff. I have no idea. Anyways, that was the ball drama. We had a little ball gate last night. Let's before we do the rest of last night's action, let's talk about Draymond. So the report comes out that Draymond is suspended indefinitely. And I mean, listen, we knew he was going to get suspended, and I know it's Draymond, and it's easy to just be like, yeah, baby, Draymond, get him out. Bad for the league. He's dirty. I feel like I need to understand the process of NBA suspensions. I need to know what goes into it, because right now, what it feels like is Joe Dumars is in his office and he opens up a case and he picks out a dart and then he blindfolds himself. Maybe not in that order. No, probably in that order, because he needs to know where the case is. And then he throws a dart and it hits a range of outcomes. A fine. 2-game suspension, 10-game suspension, indefinitely, mandatory therapy. Like, I don't really understand. And I saw a lot of pushback to this when I mentioned it yesterday or last night. This is not a defense of Draymond. This is not a defense of Draymond. I'm like, he had to be suspended. It just seems kind of wild. Like, when you pair everything up, you look at everything, like Ja Morant needed to be suspended. And I think he probably gets suspended for 25 games because he didn't respond well to the first suspension that he had. But everything is done in like cloak and daggers, right? It's just like we don't really have an understanding of why. Like I know I keep going back to Miles Bridges, and people want to say, well, Miles Bridges technically was suspended for a full year. No, he technically wasn't. He did not have a contract. You don't get credit for suspending him for a year because no one else in the league wanted to sign him because he's a shitbag. The NBA, the Charlotte Hornets, nobody gets credit for that suspension. You don't get to say, yes, we did that. We stand behind the victims of domestic abuse because of a technicality. He wasn't on a team. So you don't get credit for that. You do. And so then they suspend him for 30 games. They knock off 20 because they were like, oh, well, all of last year. No. That's a 10-game suspension. That's a 10-game suspension. So so he gets suspended for 10 games for that. Ja gets suspended for what? 25 games. Josh Primo's back in the league. Like, I just don't understand how they decide to do any of this. I would love a clearer understanding. All right. Sneeps in the chat says suspension should be handled by playing a game of Deal or No Deal. See, at least we would know. At least we would know how it was going down, And Weisberg saying my general take on the Dre thing, and that is what I was going to talk about today. All right, Weisberg, I'm sorry you're not on the show. This is the NBA looking at it. That's what I'm saying. It's not there. None of this is about retribution or reformation, right? It's all about just painting a picture that they think people will people seem mad about Draymond. We just made Draymond miss a couple of games and he didn't act nice. So we're going to put him in detention again. And then everybody be like, ooh, Adam Silver's so tough. And then the indefinite suspension is so bizarre too, because like, what's going to happen when you can all of a sudden figure, like, why can't you come to this decision now? You need more time. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I think to bring it back to the basketball court, the Warriors are in so much trouble, man. You look at their roster, like Looney has taken a step back. Clay got benched the other night, right down the stretch. Everybody looks bad except for their young guys who they are too late on, right? If you were already running out Moody out there and you were running out Kuminga last year, yeah, then maybe they'd be more prepared for this. But right now, yeah, I don't see a path forward to them like getting back into the playoffs, right? If we look at the standings right now, so I mean, their best bet is that the Pelicans haven't stayed healthy ever, right? And so when you look at the teams that are in front of them, they are currently in the 11th seed, and they are 2.5 games behind the Phoenix Suns. So, and we're a quarter of the way in. So 2.5 games is not insurmountable. They can absolutely do that, but they're banking on the Houston Rockets fading, the Clippers having Paul George, Kawhi, James Harden, somebody go down, or the Pelicans losing their guys, right? Because we've even seen the Suns have run so poorly. KD's missed time. Booker's missed a ton of time. Beal's played like 1.5 games. They're still 2 games over 500. Draymond has been suspended. Oh, it'll be more than this, but has been suspended 20% of the NBA season already. He's going to be missing over 50% of the games when he comes back. And like, who knows when he comes back? Is he back 5 games, 10 games? Who knows? Also, one other fun thing about Golden State, the Memphis Grizzlies. We didn't know we were going to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies traded their guys, right? They traded Tyus Jones go to the Wizards. Marcus Smart goes to the Celtics. Marcus Smart goes to the Grizzlies. Porzingis goes to the Celtics. You know what else they got? They also got the Warriors' first-round pick. Warriors also got their first-round pick. The Grizzlies got the Warriors' first-round pick. So, like, just, I don't know, fun. Regulator says, funny, the Hornets have a better chance to make the play-in game than the Warriors. Amazing what $400 million can get you. Yeah, it's bizarre. It is bizarre. Oh, wait, Boston Bay said, my take. They are correct in taking a step back and looking at Draymond's overall conduct in the league. That's how I interpret the open-ended nature of the suspension, as opposed to it being just about this incident. Sure. That's fair. What do you propose for repeated egregious foul? No, again, I'm not saying he shouldn't be suspended. I just there's no way when they said he's suspended indefinitely, there's no way they don't already know what they're going to do. And maybe it's because they need to keep some of it private. Maybe you can't just like publicly say this man needs therapy, Yeah, I don't know. Next year's pick, Weisberg. The Celtics traded a Warriors first-round pick. I think it was next year. Or was it 2 years from now? I thought it was next year. But point being is that pick, all of a sudden, that trade looks a little bit better for the Memphis Grizzlies. Man needs saffron. There we go. All right, let's take a quick break here. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll get into the rest of last night's NBA action. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at UnderdogFantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at UnderdogFantasy.com. All righty, we're back. Sign up for Underdog. Sign up for Underdog. Promo code HOLD. All right. I want to see something here. The Warriors will have to give up their first round selection to the Memphis Grizzlies. That is, unless they have a disaster season and finish with a lottery pick between 1 and 4. The top 4, unless this was not from, when was this written? I don't know. I guess this was written before. So that pick went to that one. So wasn't that first round pick included in the Marcus Smart trade? Anyways, whatever. Either way, they don't have their pick. So it's either the Blazers or the Memphis Grizzlies really get to be excited about that. Okay, let's keep going into last night's NBA action. All right. Here we go. So we already talked about the Pacers and the Bucks. So let's go from the beginning. Sixers beat the hell out of the Pistons, man. Jordan Poole just continues to be. I'm sorry. That was the. Wait, what is going on here? Did I write that down incorrectly? Oh my God. Sixers did beat the hell out of the Pistons. It was the Pelicans that beat the Wizards. Sixers beat the Pistons 129-111. Embiid had 30 and 10 at halftime. 30 and 10 at halftime. Unbelievable. Just a monster performance. Detroit continues to collect those L's. Embiid finished with 41, 11, and 5. Toby had 21 and 7. Oubre's back, baby. Oubre, a couple games back, had 17 off the bench. Cade was pretty solid in another loss, 21, 7, and 6. And then Bojan Bogdanovic dropped 33. Sixers keep rolling. Pistons keep rolling downhill. They are losing a lot. I don't know when their next W is going to be. It's bad. What are we at? 21 straight? Let's go for the record. Put your head down. Let's get that record, Detroit. Actually, you know what? In honor of our friends, Detroit basketball.
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball!
Also, shout out Justin Catchins, who dropped a Detroit video yesterday from Vegas. He was wearing a sick Pistons jacket, got a lot of love. It was good. Did anybody get any Top Shot team packs this seems? No, I didn't. I saw some people really mad about it though today, but I don't know. Grizz pick went in the Smart trade. Okay, I don't know. I feel like you smart trade to Portland for Drew Weisberg, dude. You have some coffee, bro. It's like Pistons didn't lose the IST. That's right. The Pistons are still undefeated in elimination games in the IST. Okay, so Pelicans beat the Wizards last night. There was no Zion. They still scored 142 points. They won by 20. Ingram dropped a 40-piece, baby. 40 and 3. CJ had 22 and 6. Trey Murphy is back, right? Missed the first 3 or 4 weeks with that injury, easing him back. Still coming off the bench now, but seems to be in a good role. Dropped 27, 6, and 4. And then he went 6 for 7 from 3. The one bright spot was Kuz. I mean, the Kuz did drop 27 and 7. Jordan Poole, 1 for 5 from 3, 11 and 4 in 31 minutes. 11 and 4 in 31 minutes. It is bad. First round pick in the Smart trade to the Celtics. Celtics flipped the pick. Oh, got you. Okay, now I got you. Anyways, all right. Congrats to the Portland Trail Blazers. The Heat beat the Hornets 115-104. Scary Terry, dude, continues to just cook with no LaMelo. They cook in losses, but they cook. He had 28, 7, and 4. Gordon Hayward had 27 and 5. And then, dude, Duncan Robinson, man, again, 23 points for Duncan. He's been cooking. Jimmy Butler, 15, 10, and 7. Jaime Jaquez had 17, 8, and 6. Continues to be the third best rookie in this draft. Mike, since you already got demonetized, no, I can't now. I can't do it now because we're close to being remonetized. So then I'd have to go back and delete everything. PJ got injured last night. Yeah, that did suck. But you know what we can do to make PJ feel better?
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
What a throwback to our boy PJ. Jimmy Butler, 50. Oh, yeah, we already said that. Whatever. Good win for Miami. Miami continues to just kind of quietly pick up dubs, right? They've been, after that 1-4 start, they've been pretty solid. I know they hit a couple of roadblocks with some injuries recently, but they've been good, right? They're in the 6th spot right now. So yeah, they started 1-4, and since then they've been 13 and 6, which is pretty good. 5 and 5 in their last 10. Oh, Reese, it's okay. Thank you for being here, Reese. Come back later. Come back, Reese. Yeah, man, Miami, big dubs right there for them against Charlotte. So I don't know how big the dub is, but whatever, it's cool. Raptors beat the Hawks, dude. The Hawks, I need to know what's going to happen with Atlanta, because this is again, both of these teams in turmoil, but Atlanta now just continues to fall down. They are 9 and 14 now, losers of 5 in a row, 3 and 7 in their last 10, and they got a big. they got a big Trae Young game, but that Jalen Johnson injury, like you can clearly tell that is setting them back. And I don't know what they can do because I imagine the market, I mean, people would take shots on Trae, but I bet DeJounte would probably be a more tradable asset. If you were going to do like a superstar trade, but I'd move off of Bogdan, man. Send Bogdan somewhere because I think he can be like a solid rotation player on a playoff team. Like that dude is a killer. I'm a big Bogdan fan, but it just doesn't make sense to have him be a 6-man on a shit team. But anyways, Raptors win 135-128. Siakam was solid, 33, 7, and 7. OG had 22 and 5. And then Scotty Barnes, a nice little double. He had 27, 10, and 6. On the Atlanta side of things, Capella had 17 and 10, DeJounte 20 and 5. And then again, Trae, I mean, if you were playing fantasy last night, Trae was great, 35 and 17, but 35 and 17 in a loss. Tesla in the chat, let's go, says Bogdan is lethal, scared the crap out of me anytime. Yeah, man. And because Bogdan followed that up, what was his line? He had 20 and 5 with 4 steals off the bench, fresh off of his 40-point game. He's great. He's great. Jump shoots this trade to get John Collins back. And yeah, I know. Keontae George got hurt last night. Sorry if I already meant. No, I hadn't gotten to Utah. Yeah, it looks like he's going to miss 2 games, though, so it's not too crazy. Regulator said maybe the Spurs were right to trade Murray. I'm telling you, the Spurs have no regrets about trading DeJounte Murray. They traded DeJounte Murray. They didn't have to sign him. Then they got to lose a bunch of games, and then they got Wemby. So I promise you, they're not worried about that. Yeah, that trade for Luka is looking rough right now. That Trae Young for the Trae Young trade. The trade up for Trae instead of Luka's crazy. Weisberg saying Bogdan and Patty get you to 24. If you're the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins would make some sense there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Warriors are going to do, man. But yeah, that deal makes sense if you're just trying to get off Wiggins. Rockets beat the Grizz last night, 117-104. Poor Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr., 44 and 7. Desmond Bane got a late Q tag in the day. He ended up sitting. Derrick Rose had 19 and 6. Listen, can we talk about Tari Eason here for a second? Tari Eason, first of all, Jabari Smith had 20 and 10. Tari Eason, 25 and 14 off the bench. I just wanted, I know he started the season not on the IR, but missed a few games because he was hurt. Last 5, I just wanted to look at this. His last 5 games here, he had 25 and 14, 18 and 14. All right, so I wouldn't say his last 5, but his last 2 games. He had 9, 8, and 6 a couple games ago. So, all right, he hasn't been going crazy, but his last 2 games, he's been balling. So, Tari Eason is back, brings some more depth to the Houston Rockets. I think that's sexy. We like that. Houston, continues to win games at home. I think this one was at home anyways. They now move to, what's their record right now? 12 and 9. Yeah, that was home. They are 11 and 1 at home, 1 and 8 on the road. What a wild split there. But good win. Good win, not to be confused with Jordan Goodwin. Good win for the Rockets, another L for the Grizz. The Grizz now fall all the way down to 6 and 17. So they had 3 more games. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, in 3 games, Ja's back. So they'll have 2 more. What is that? Let's look at Memphis's upcoming schedule here. So they play their next game is Friday, which is tomorrow against the Houston Rockets again, but they're home for that one. Then they get OKC on December 18th, and then TNT on December 19th, Tuesday. This coming Tuesday against New Orleans. Ja against Zion. It's at New Orleans. That will be the first game that he is back. So I'll be curious to see how he's kind of eased back in, all that stuff. But anyways, let's keep moving. Lakers beat the Spurs last night with no LeBron. LeBron finally missed a game. I imagine AD misses their next game. I was surprised AD actually played. I thought they were just going to punt this game. But the Lakers were up pretty big, and then the Spurs came storming back there late. Lakers hold on, 122-119. Anthony Davis with another monster double-double. He had 37 and 10. 4 steals. Taurean Prince had 17 and 5. Austin Reeves 15 and 8 off the bench. Keldon Johnson for the Spurs had 28 and 5. Branham had 19. He started. Tough game for Vassell. And then Wemby 30 and 13 with 9 stocks. I think he also had 5 turnovers, but 9 stock. I think it was 6 blocks and 3 steals, or vice versa. Wemby's good, man. Wemby's really good. They lose again though, but whatever. I think if you're Spurs, you're just like, whatever, we weren't trying to win. They're now 3 and 20. They'd be the worst team in the league if the Detroit Pistons weren't flexing on them with 2 wins. But It's going to be a lot of nationally televised Wemby where he does really cool stuff and then just loses games a lot. All right, 2 games left. The Phoenix Suns, we finally get the big 3. We finally got them. Nets win 116-112. Mikal Bridges had 21 and 3. Cam Thomas with 24. And then KD had 27, 6 and 4. Devin Booker 34, 12 and 6. And then Yusuf Nurkic, fresh off getting punched in the face. He had 15 points and 22 boards. Sure, we'll hear about it on No Dunks with some beef action. And then last game of the night. Let's hit him with it.
Regular season Randall.
Randall continues the ball, baby. He continues the ball. 32, 12, and 6. Brunson at 23, 8, and 7. Dante DiVincenzo, another solid game in the starting lineup for the Knicks. He had 21, 7, and 4. But it don't matter. The Jazz win 117, 113. As I think it was Roy or Grote, one of you guys pointed out in the chat, our boy Keontae is going to miss the next 2 games. The next 2 games he's out. He got hurt 4 minutes in. Lauri Markkanen returned. He only played 25 minutes, but he had 23 and 8. And then Colin Sexton had 26 and 7. So no Clarkson, limited Lauri Markkanen, no Keontae George. Knicks still lose. I can't remember. Was that a back-to-back for the Knicks? Because I'll give them a little bit of credit here. No, it wasn't. Because if that was a back-to-back, you're in Utah, that's tough. But yeah, anyways, dude, give Randall some love, man. He's been balling. Let me actually see if I can find it on StatMuse, because I would like to see what he's been doing, like his last 50, like Randall and his last Julius Randle last 15 games. Let's see what that last 15 games. Oh, I spelled games wrong. All right, Julius Randle does play. Oh no, come on. Hold on. Whatever. The last 5. We'll do last 5 games. Last 5 games, he's been averaging. Oh no, it's at Phoenix. This is not helpful. Whatever. Julius Randle's been playing great. He's been playing great. No, it's not. Jump shoot. No, it is not. The Salt Lake City nightlife is not pretty lit. There's barely any lights on. Sorry if that's slander towards the Salt Lake City people. I've been there. I feel like I can talk about it. That was last night's NBA action. No real big movers and shakers. Tonight, we've got another Cleveland and Boston game. That'll be at 7:30 on NBA TV. You got the Bulls and the Heat. Timberwolves and Mavericks should be pretty fun. Anthony Edwards is questionable. Hopefully he's back. Brooklyn and Denver at 9. And then you got Utah on a back-to-back at Portland. You've got OKC at Sacramento at 10. And then the Golden State Warriors against the Los Angeles Clippers at 10:30. Last night, almost all of the games started between 7 and 8. There were 2 games that started at 9. Tonight, first game starts at 7:30. You get 2 of them. Then an 8:30, a 9, and then all after 10 after that. Late slate tonight, baby. I figured we could go over to Underdog here for a little bit as we continue to move through the show. We have since we're here for football and stuff now too. Now that we're here, wait, John Moran talks to the media this Friday. Okay. Top Shot Comment is ready for the Wolves and Mavs. There you go. All right, I'm gonna go over to Underdog. These are my NBA rankings. That's not really helpful, but just wanted to show you this is what we're working with here in the NFL. Nope, that's the NHL. So we were able to get 21 of these teams through into the Best Ball Mania finals, which is pretty exciting. Not finals, we're in the quarterfinals. Excuse me, the quarterfinals. I'm a little nervous though, because I'll show you most of my exposure is Niners, which is great. We love that. However, Keenan Allen, 45%, and he's missing tonight's action. That's really tough. Granted, I've got a lot of wide receivers, so I went way overboard on these wide receivers. We got a lot of Amon-Ra, a lot of A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, Nico Collins is going to be nice, Ridley, Ayuk, Samuel. You can see it's mostly Niners. So we love that. I'll go back to this in a second. People talking about the jaw trial. Yeah, it has been really weird. I mean, again, I talked about this a lot yesterday. I think anytime you're throwing chest passes in court to show how hard you throw the ball and also to use dunk highlights to say how strong you are, it's just, this seems circusy. But it does sound like that is the trial has been weird. Excited for that to be over. And then Jump Shoot asking thoughts on the Wizards moving to Northern Virginia out of Chinatown, downtown TZ. I don't know. I feel like my takes on new arenas and stuff are bad because I feel like I had one about the OKC Thunder, and Thunder fans were telling me it was actually a good thing. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I don't really care because the Wizards are just embarrassing. Same with not enough CD Lamb. I know. I think I only got 2 or 3 3 CD Lamb lineups in. But I'm still I'm happy about 3 Lamb shares. Over on tight end, it's like mostly George Kittle. We get a lot of Kittle, some Cole Kmet, Hayden Hurst, Dawson Knox, Kyle Pitts got through a couple times. Schultz, Laporta, 2 Kelsey shares, 2 Fergie. We got 2 Isaiah Likeleys, which is kind of fun. Running back, well, look at that Gus Edwards, baby. Gus, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, Gibson, Javonte, Rashad White, Madison Taylor, Achane, Pierce Chandler, Mostert, all that, whatever. And then our quarterback, though, a lot of Brock Purdy, a lot of Dak Prescott. There you go, common man. A lot of Goff, some Tua, some Lamar. So should be fun sweats. About that. Excited. Why don't I jump into an NBA draft while we're here? We'll jump into one of these Thursday night hoops, baby. Thursday night hoops. Yeah, this is football. I came back to basketball, Boston base. I came back. Also, real quick, what are we at for subs right now? Did we climb over? What are we at? 10,990, baby. Keep it cooking. 10 more to go. 10 more to go to hit that 11K. We'd love to see that. We're also at 508 over on Team Hold Sports, 324 on what's it called? On So Rare, which, by the way, as I mentioned earlier, the value hunting show will come out later this afternoon. So get excited for that. Get excited for that, baby. It's good to be drafting again. I wasn't able to. It is so funny when like you go to Vegas and they're like, hey, by the way, you can only use our apps. You can only use sportsbook apps. You can't use DraftKings, you can't use FanDuel. You can't use Underdog. It's so dumb. Yeah. Team Hold Christmas special. We do need to have a holiday party next week. Yeah, we should have a holiday party next week. Do we do it Monday after Live Before Lock? Either Monday or Wednesday next week. I think we got to do it. So we're going to have the 3rd overall pick. I'm assuming we're going to get SGA here. Luka goes 1. Jokic goes 2. We'll take SGA against Sacramento. We like that. This is also true. Team Hold turns 3 February 6, 2024. Will we be at 12,000 by then? Thoughts on Josh Jacobs tonight? Man, I have no read on tonight's game. It's 2 awful quarterbacks. I'm fresh off of seeing that Raiders-Vikings game, and I know the Vikings defense is a little bit better than the Chargers defense, but man, that was seriously, there was no offense whatsoever. No, it was just so gross. I mean, I guess if you're playing anybody, you're playing Jacobs, but man, ugly. All right, here we go. Karl Anthony Towns or Anthony Simons. I think I'm actually going to take Anthony Simons here. We're going to go. Oh, wait, it's not my pick. We'll go Anthony Simons and then Karl Anthony Towns. I know people. I just don't. Actually, I'm going to take Seth. We'll take Steph. Maybe we get a FU Steph game. Yeah, he's saying Steph here. I actually just don't love Steph right now because like he hasn't been hitting his ceiling. He doesn't get the he's usually like 35, 7 and 7 or something like that. 35, 8 and 5. And he's not doing that this year because no one else can score. He's not getting any assists. So the Steph stuff is a little worrisome. And I think Draymond being out obviously hurts him a little bit too. So who knows? Maybe he goes nuclear, but he's not my favorite pick here. I know I have Chet ranked higher, but I'm going to take Vooch here. He's been pretty good without Levine. Been a nice little double action, double Vooch in trouble. And then we'll see what we got here. Let's see. I do love these though. If you guys haven't messed around with these at all, I find this to be the best basketball sweat outside of pick'ems. Like I really enjoy this quite a bit. And I think, what did they say? It's 8K up top for this one. It's like a pretty flat payout structure too. 8, 4. And if you cash, you automatically double up, right? So the top 3,300 get paid. I like it. All right. So Ant Edwards going 14. I wonder, what does he know? What's his ADP? It's 15. All right. So it's just a pick early. I guess I would have taken Ant if it had gotten to me here. 3 more picks left. 3 more picks. I do like this start, though. I like this SGA Steph Bucci main start. I don't hate it. How have you guys been feeling about these Top Shot team packs? I really haven't looked into it. I just saw Kay Ken. Is it Kay Kenny on Twitter? Who is normally normally seems very positive about stuff, and I was surprised to see how mad he was. Stan says Magic doing well without Wendell Carter Jr. Hold this L. Stan, I got to tell you, man, I had no idea you were a big gymnast, because the amount of flexibility you need to bring to the table in order to hand out L's is truly impressive. You just limber. You get some real Gumby energy. Boston Base is good for new users. There are lotto packs. Don't get mad about a $5 pack. Yeah. All right, Kobe White, welcome aboard, baby. No. Well, against Miami. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to take Jamal Murray. I'm going to take Jamal Murray and then one of these next three, hopefully. Oh, maybe not. Kobe White. I don't hate Exum here, too. And then the Jaylen Brown. Did Jaylen Brown get picked? Maybe. I haven't been into the team packs common moments. Just don't do it anymore. Sneap says, I think they are a cool concept like the NFL all-day ones, but I can see why people don't like losing money. Yeah. Yeah, the 20 was kind of, and it didn't, the 20 thing was weird. Do we think Jaylen Brown plays tonight? What do we think? Do we think Jaylen Brown plays? Because I think I like Jaylen Brown the most here, but we'll just take Derek White. Maybe Jaylen Brown doesn't play. I probably could have taken Michael Porter Jr. there too, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Although I will say, if Jaylen Brown is there in the 6th round, we will take him, because if he's in, that's great upside. And if he's out, it doesn't really affect anything, because you get an auto swap from somebody in that range anyways. Hey, who does Tandy have as a guest today? Who's that guest? Who does Tandy have on today on the Tandino Report? Also, for those so rare heads, if you guys missed, we had George St. Ledger, our friend from the Swingman Pod, on yesterday to talk a little so rare, just kind of a therapeutic session to talk a little bit about some of the frustrations that we've had over there. But it wasn't all like doom and gloom. It was just like a couple of things that have set off a few alarms that we're hoping they address soon. All right, this draft really slowed down here. Really slowed down. Really did tear down the start. All right, we got SGA, Steph Curry, Nikola Vucevic, Jamal Murray, Derek White. All right, so what about DeAndre Ayton here? Kind of like this matchup against you. I'll put him in the old Q tag. I don't mind because then if he's ruled out, we just switch to somebody like Jalen Williams, Nick Claxton. I think we're gonna do it. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, welcome aboard, baby. Welcome aboard. All right, real quick, you know what we can do? Let me see if they updated the double dribble rankings here. What's today? The 14th. Did they do it yet? Not yet. We'll look at it tomorrow. I wanted to go see how our boy Boston. Actually, you know what we can do? We can see how. Let's see, because I know Boston Base, you said you were winning one of these that we were in, and you are. I was in 3rd place in it. But we'll go over to the regular season thing, and let's see, Boston Base. There you go. You got one. There you top 6,000 right there. There it is. Here's. Let's see what Mike Zacks is doing. So my best one is in 300th right now overall in the regular season, but we're getting a lot through at this point. We're getting a lot through, baby. No, you haven't advanced yet. We got a long way to go. Do you think a single person has drafted Luke Cornett on Underdog? Yes, but not like it won't happen tonight. When like Porzingis was out, I think Cornett was getting some. Cornett's been a late swap guy before. He's been a late swap bro before. All right, gang. I think we might call it there. Because we got to rest his voice. We're feeling a little under the weather. So we're going to go drink some tea, put a little splash of honey in it. We'll take this Bandino out. All right, stay tuned. So value hunting will drop probably around noon today. I need to record it before the sun starts coming into the house this way, because then it's really hard to see, as those might have seen in So Rare Sharps yesterday. And then do me a favor. If you guys haven't watched it, you just let it let it run on in the background on loop, please. But I'm going to share a link in the chat right here to the Team Hold Sports channel. We did a LeBron video and then a Draymond video in the last 2 days, but I'm going to share this. Go ahead and watch that, like it, comment on it if you haven't yet. Trying to build that channel up a little bit and do some different stuff. No live streaming, mostly just like 5 to 6 minute videos, shit like that. So go take a look at it if you haven't had a chance yet. But yeah, otherwise we'll see you tomorrow for 3 different shows. The NBA Bits back at 9, talking about last night's NBA action. We'll have the Underdog Happy Hour in the afternoon, and then prime time, 5:30 p.m. live before lock, getting ready for game week 15. Hope everybody has a nice little thirsty Thursday. Tell Tandy I said hi. We are out.